Here is a powerful motivational educational script with a strong hook, clear explanation, and authoritative health tone, similar to that style you mentioned, but without naming anyone. Title: Forget protein powder. This natural food stops muscle loss instantly. Senior health tips. Have you ever noticed that after the age of 50, your muscles seem to disappear? You feel weaker, climbing stairs becomes harder, carrying groceries feels heavier than it used to, and even if you try protein powders, shakes, supplements, the strength just doesn't come back the same way. But what if I told you that one simple natural food, something many seniors ignore every day, can help your body protect muscle, improve strength, and slow down muscle loss naturally? And the best part? Your body recognizes it better than any protein powder. Let me explain. As we age, our bodies go through a natural process called age-related muscle loss. After the age of 40, we can lose up to 1% of muscle every year if we're not careful. By the time many people reach their 60s or 70s, this muscle loss can lead to weakness, balance problems, higher risk of falls, slower metabolism, loss of independence. Now, here's the problem. Many people think the solution is simply drinking more protein shakes, but the truth is, protein powders are often processed, poorly absorbed, and sometimes filled with artificial ingredients. Your body actually prefers real whole foods, and one of the most powerful natural foods for protecting muscle is something surprisingly simple: eggs. Yes, eggs, especially whole eggs. Eggs are one of the most complete natural sources of protein on the planet. They contain all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to repair and rebuild. But there's something even more important. Eggs are rich in leucine, a key amino acid that acts like a switch for muscle growth. When leucine enters your body, it signals your muscles to start repairing and building tissue. This is exactly what older adults need. Research shows that seniors who eat high-quality protein like eggs maintain muscle mass much better than those who rely on processed supplements. And eggs also contain important nutrients that protein powders usually lack: vitamin B12 for energy and nerve health, vitamin D for bone strength, choline for brain health, healthy fats that support hormone balance. All of these nutrients work together to help your body stay strong. Now, here's another important tip. For seniors, timing matters. Instead of eating most of your protein at dinner, try to include protein earlier in the day. For example, start your morning with 2 eggs and a balanced breakfast. This helps your muscles receive the signal to maintain and repair tissue throughout the day. Another key factor: movement. Even the best food works better when your muscles are used. Simple activities like walking, light strength exercises, resistance bands, gardening can help your body use that protein to protect muscle. Think of it this way: food provides the building blocks. Movement tells the body where to build. Together, they create strength. Now, I want you to remember something very important. Muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging. Your body is still capable of repairing, rebuilding, and strengthening, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. But it needs the right signals, the right foods, the right habits. And sometimes the most powerful solutions are not found in expensive supplements, but in simple natural foods that have been part of human nutrition for centuries. So the next time someone tells you that you need another expensive protein powder, remember this: your muscles don't need complicated formulas. They need real nourishment, strong nutrition, consistent movement, and small daily habits that protect your health for years to come. Because strength is not just about muscles, it's about independence, energy, and living life on your terms. Take care of your body, and it will continue to take care of you. If you want, I can also make this script longer, 8-10 minute YouTube script, more viral with storytelling. Add 5 more muscle-saving foods seniors should eat. Optimize it for YouTube retention and audience engagement. Have you ever noticed that as the years pass, your body doesn't respond the way it used to? Tasks that once felt effortless now seem to require more energy. Lifting a bag of groceries, climbing a flight of stairs, or even standing up from a chair may feel slightly more challenging than before. Many people assume this is simply the unavoidable result of getting older. They believe that once you pass a certain age, weakness and muscle loss are inevitable. But the truth is much more hopeful than that. What most people don't realize is that a major reason for this gradual loss of strength is not age alone. It is often a lack of the right nutrients reaching the muscles at the right time. When muscles don't receive what they need, they slowly begin to shrink and weaken. Over time, this process can affect balance, mobility, and overall confidence in everyday movements. Scientists call this process sarcopenia, a condition that refers to the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that commonly occurs as people age. Starting around the age of 40, many adults begin to lose a small percentage of their muscle each year. This loss may seem minor at first, but over decades it adds up significantly. Muscles are not just about appearance or lifting heavy objects. They play a crucial role in maintaining stability, protecting joints, and supporting metabolism. When muscle mass decreases, the body burns fewer calories and fatigue becomes more common. Weak muscles can also increase the risk of falls, which is one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. Understanding this process is important because it shows that muscle loss is not simply a cosmetic concern, it is deeply connected to independence, mobility, and long-term health. Many people try to fight this problem by turning to protein powders and expensive supplements. These products promise quick solutions and often advertise themselves as the ultimate answer to maintaining muscle strength. While some of them can provide protein, they are not always the best option for everyone. A large number of protein powders are highly processed and may contain additives, sweeteners, or artificial ingredients. For older adults, digestion and absorption can already be less efficient than in younger years. When a product is heavily processed, the body may not use it as effectively as natural whole foods. This means that even though someone is consuming protein, the muscles might not be receiving the full benefit. The body evolved to recognize nutrients that come from real foods. When protein is delivered in a natural form, it is often absorbed and utilized more efficiently. One natural food that stands out when it comes to supporting muscle health is the simple egg. Eggs have been part of human diets for centuries, and they remain one of the most nutrient-dense foods available. Unlike many other foods, eggs provide a complete protein source. This means they contain all 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot produce on its own. These amino acids are the building blocks that muscles require for repair and growth. When muscle fibers experience daily wear and tear, the body relies on these amino acids to rebuild them stronger. Without an adequate supply, the rebuilding process slows down. Eggs provide these nutrients in a form that the body can easily digest and absorb. Because of this, they are often considered one of the most efficient foods for maintaining muscle mass. Among the amino acids found in eggs, one in particular plays a powerful role in muscle maintenance. This amino acid is called leucine. Leucine acts almost like a signal that tells the body it is time to begin repairing and building muscle tissue. When leucine enters the bloodstream after a meal, it activates important pathways inside muscle cells. These pathways trigger the process that allows muscles to synthesize new protein and recover from daily strain. For older adults, this signal becomes especially important because the body's sensitivity to protein can decline with age. Without enough leucine, the muscle-building response becomes weaker. Eggs naturally contain a rich supply of this amino acid, making them particularly valuable for maintaining strength and muscle quality over time. Another advantage of eggs is that they contain much more than just protein. The human body functions through a network of nutrients that work together, and eggs provide several of these essential components in one small package. They are rich in vitamin B12, which plays a key role in nerve function and energy production, Healthy nerves are necessary for muscles to contract properly and maintain coordination. Eggs also contain vitamin D, a nutrient that helps the body absorb calcium and maintain strong bones. Strong bones and strong muscles work together to support balance and movement. Additionally, eggs provide choline, which supports brain health and communication between nerves and muscles. These nutrients form a powerful combination that supports overall physical function, not just muscle size. The way protein is distributed throughout the day can also influence how effectively the body uses it. Many people eat very little protein at breakfast and lunch, then consume a large portion during dinner. While this pattern is common, it may not be ideal for muscle maintenance. The body responds better when it receives moderate amounts of protein consistently throughout the day. Starting the morning with a protein-rich food like eggs can send an early signal to the muscles that nutrients are available. This helps activate the repair process sooner rather than waiting until the evening. By providing the muscles with amino acids earlier in the day, the body has more time to use those building blocks for maintenance and recovery. Digestion and absorption also play an important role in how effectively nutrients support muscle health. As people age, certain digestive processes can slow down. Enzymes that break down food may not work as efficiently as they once did. Whole foods like eggs are generally easier for the body to digest compared with heavily processed products. Their natural structure allows digestive enzymes to access proteins and nutrients more easily. This means that the amino acids released from eggs can enter the bloodstream more smoothly. Once they reach the muscles, they contribute directly to the repair and rebuilding process. This natural pathway helps explain why traditional foods often outperform synthetic supplements when it comes to long-term health. Muscles also depend on regular movement to stay strong and functional. Nutrition provides the raw materials, but physical activity tells the body where those materials should be used. When muscles remain inactive for long periods, the body assumes they are no longer needed and begins to reduce them. Even simple forms of movement can help maintain muscle strength. Activities like walking, stretching, or gentle resistance exercises stimulate muscle fibers and encourage them to stay active. When these activities are combined with adequate protein from foods like eggs, the body receives both the signal and the resources required to maintain muscle tissue. Over time, these small daily habits can make a remarkable difference in how the body ages. Choosing nutrient-rich foods, supporting digestion, and maintaining regular movement all contribute to preserving strength. Instead of relying solely on expensive supplements, focusing on simple and natural nutrition can often provide equal or greater benefits. Foods that contain balanced proteins, essential amino acids, vitamins, and healthy fats create a foundation for muscle health that the body recognizes and uses efficiently. By understanding how these elements work together, people can take practical steps to protect their muscles, maintain stability, and support long-term physical independence. Many people are surprised to learn that muscle health is not only about how much protein you eat, but also about the quality of that protein and how well the body can use it. As the body ages, muscles become slightly less responsive to small amounts of protein. This means older adults often need higher quality protein sources to trigger the same muscle building response that younger people experience naturally. The body's muscle cells require specific amino acids to start the repair process after everyday wear and tear. Without these essential building blocks, muscle fibers gradually weaken and shrink. This process does not happen overnight, but over time it becomes noticeable through reduced strength and endurance. A person may begin to feel more tired after routine activities that once felt effortless. Understanding this change is important because it shows that maintaining muscle is not impossible with age. Instead, it requires a more intentional approach to nutrition and lifestyle choices. One of the reasons muscle loss becomes more common with age is a natural biological process related to metabolism and protein synthesis. Scientists describe this process using the concept of muscle protein synthesis, which refers to the way the body repairs and builds new muscle tissue. Throughout the day, muscles constantly break down and rebuild themselves in response to movement, nutrition, and recovery. When protein intake is adequate, the rebuilding process keeps muscles strong and functional. However, if the body does not receive enough essential amino acids, the breakdown process can outpace the rebuilding process. Over time, this imbalance leads to smaller, weaker muscle fibers. The good news is that muscle protein synthesis can be stimulated through the right combination of nutrient-rich foods and regular physical activity. This process continues to function throughout life, which means the body always retains the ability to repair itself when given the proper support. Another factor that influences muscle preservation is the balance of nutrients that support energy and cellular repair. Protein alone cannot perform all the work required to maintain healthy muscle tissue. Muscles also depend on vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats to function properly. Nutrients such as magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins help regulate enzyme systems that control energy production. When these nutrients are present in adequate amounts, the body can convert food into usable energy more efficiently. This energy supports the constant cycle of muscle repair and regeneration. Without these supportive nutrients, even a high-protein diet may not deliver its full benefit. Whole foods often provide this balanced combination naturally, which is why they are generally more effective than isolated nutrient powders or heavily processed supplements. Physical movement also acts as a powerful signal that encourages muscles to stay strong. When muscles contract during activity, they send biochemical signals that stimulate repair and growth pathways inside muscle cells. These signals tell the body that the muscles are needed and must remain strong to perform daily tasks. Even moderate forms of activity can trigger this response. Simple actions like walking, climbing stairs, or lifting light objects activate multiple muscle groups at once. Over time, these regular movements help maintain coordination, stability, and endurance. The body responds by strengthening the fibers that are used frequently, reinforcing the idea that movement and nutrition must work together to protect muscle health. Muscle tissue also plays an important role in regulating the body's metabolism. Muscles are highly active tissues that burn energy even when the body is at rest. When muscle mass decreases, the body's metabolic rate tends to slow down. This can make it easier to gain weight and harder to maintain energy levels throughout the day. Maintaining muscle mass helps keep metabolism more active and balanced. A stronger metabolic system supports healthy blood sugar levels, stable energy production, and improved overall vitality. This is one of the reasons muscle preservation is often considered a key factor in healthy aging. Strong muscles support not only physical strength, but also many internal processes that keep the body functioning efficiently. Another important nutrient involved in muscle maintenance is vitamin D. This vitamin plays a significant role in both bone health and muscle function. It helps regulate calcium levels in the body, which are necessary for proper muscle contractions. When vitamin D levels are low, muscles may become weaker and less responsive during physical activity. Many older adults experience reduced vitamin D levels because the body becomes less efficient at producing it from sunlight. Including foods that naturally contain vitamin D, along with moderate sun exposure when appropriate, can help support muscle strength and coordination. This nutrient also contributes to immune health and overall vitality, making it an important part of a balanced diet. The nervous system is another critical component of muscle performance. Every time a muscle moves, it receives a signal from the brain through a network of nerves. These signals travel rapidly, instructing muscle fibers to contract and relax in precise patterns. Nutrients that support nerve health therefore play an indirect but powerful role in maintaining strength. One of these nutrients is vitamin B12, which helps maintain the protective coating around nerve cells. This coating ensures that signals travel efficiently between the brain and muscles. When nerve communication slows or becomes disrupted, muscle coordination and balance can decline. Ensuring adequate intake of nerve-supporting nutrients helps maintain the strong connection between the brain and the body's muscular system. The structure of muscle fibers themselves also changes gradually with age. Muscles contain different types of fibers, some designed for endurance and others for quick bursts of strength. Over time, certain fibers become smaller if they are not regularly used. Resistance-based movements, even gentle ones, help stimulate these fibers and keep them active. When combined with sufficient protein intake, these activities encourage the body to preserve muscle size and function. This is why health experts often recommend combining balanced nutrition with regular strength-focused activities such as light resistance exercises or body weight movements. These practices stimulate muscle tissue and remind the body that strength is still required for daily living. Hydration also influences muscle performance more than many people realize. Muscles contain a large amount of water, and proper hydration helps maintain the elasticity and flexibility of muscle fibers. When the body becomes dehydrated, muscles may fatigue more quickly and recovery may take longer. Water also helps transport nutrients through the bloodstream to the cells that need them most. Adequate hydration ensures that amino acids, vitamins, and minerals can reach muscle tissue efficiently. Drinking enough water throughout the day therefore supports the entire system of muscle repair and maintenance. Even mild dehydration can reduce physical performance and increase feelings of tiredness. Another nutrient that contributes to muscle and brain coordination is choline. Choline supports the production of important neurotransmitters that help transmit signals between nerves and muscles. These chemical messengers allow the brain to control movement with precision and timing. When the body receives adequate choline, communication between the nervous system and muscles remains smooth and efficient. This helps support posture, balance, and controlled movements during everyday tasks. Because choline also supports brain health and memory, it contributes to both physical and cognitive aspects of healthy aging. Maintaining sufficient levels of this nutrient ensures that muscles not only remain strong, but also respond quickly and accurately to the body's commands. One of the most overlooked truths about muscle health is that the body constantly adapts to how we live each day. Muscles are dynamic tissues that respond to the signals they receive from food, movement, and daily habits. When the body senses that muscles are needed for activity and stability, it works to maintain them. But when those signals become weaker, the body gradually reduces the energy it invests in preserving muscle tissue. This is why many people begin to notice subtle changes in strength as they grow older. These changes often appear slowly at first, making them easy to ignore. A jar becomes harder to open, a long walk becomes more tiring, or lifting objects requires more effort. These small signs are often early indicators that muscle tissue is receiving fewer signals to stay strong and active. One of the key reasons muscles respond this way is related to a biological principle known as use it or lose it principle. This concept explains that the body prioritizes resources for tissues that are used regularly. When muscles are challenged through movement or resistance, the body recognizes their importance and continues to support them with nutrients and energy. However, when muscles remain inactive for extended periods, the body assumes they are less necessary. As a result, muscle fibers can shrink and weaken over time. This process does not mean the body is failing. Instead, it reflects the body's natural efficiency in conserving energy. By providing the right signals through regular activity and proper nutrition, it is possible to encourage the body to preserve and rebuild muscle tissue even later in life. Another important aspect of muscle health involves how the body processes dietary protein. When protein is consumed, it is broken down into amino acids during digestion. These amino acids travel through the bloodstream and reach muscle cells, where they are used to repair damaged fibers and create new tissue. However, the body must first recognize that these building blocks are available and necessary. Certain amino acids act as triggers that activate muscle repair pathways. When enough of these amino acids are present, the body begins rebuilding muscle fibers that have experienced daily wear and tear. This process is essential for maintaining strength and preventing gradual muscle decline. Among these amino acids, one of the most powerful triggers is leucine. This amino acid acts almost like a key that unlocks the body's muscle-building machinery. When leucine levels rise after a meal containing high-quality protein, it signals muscle cells to begin synthesizing new protein structures. This process strengthens muscle fibers and helps maintain their size and function. As people age, their bodies sometimes require a slightly higher amount of leucine to trigger this response. This is why nutrient-dense foods containing natural protein sources become especially valuable for older adults. By providing sufficient leucine and other essential amino acids, these foods support the body's natural ability to preserve muscle tissue. Another factor that strongly influences muscle health is the timing of physical movement throughout the day. Muscles respond best when they are stimulated regularly rather than only during occasional intense activity. Gentle but consistent movements keep muscle fibers engaged and responsive. Activities such as walking, stretching, or carrying light objects activate different muscle groups and improve circulation. This increased circulation allows nutrients and oxygen to reach muscle cells more efficiently. Over time, this regular stimulation encourages muscles to remain strong and functional. Even short periods of daily activity can create a positive cycle in which movement supports muscle repair and muscle strength supports further movement.